Hi everyone, my name is Kayla and welcome back to Kay's Hidden Shelf where we talk about books. Today I'm going to share with you the goals that I have for the channel in 2023. 2022 flew by and what a year it was. And all of that, all of the opportunities, all of the amazing things that happen on this channel is a big part in thanks to all of you. I wouldn't be here without every single one of you, and I just am incredibly appreciative and grateful. So thank you for being here, for subscribing, watching, chatting with me, and for the opportunities that this channel has presented me as a result of it. Thank you so much. In terms of what's coming up in 2023, there are some goals that I have, and I'm not quite sure how well I'm going to be able to manage all of them, but I do still want to share them with you as these are things that I would like to aim for on the channel. The first thing I'd like to incorporate more of on the channel is doing more author interviews or more collaborations with other booktubers or reviewers. These are just things that I enjoyed doing in 2022 and I'd like to do more of. When it comes to author interviews, it's a big learning curve. I was always taught to not pry into other people's lives, to not ask personal questions. And that is exactly what you have to do with interviews is ask questions. So it definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone and I really enjoyed it, but I do want to get better at it. So this is something that I've been researching more on and just trying to get better at in general, and I'd love to bring more of onto the channel. In terms of collaborations, there was a start to this already in 2022 with the Femifictionardo book club as well as the start of the Malazan read-along. Now these are just things that I enjoy doing. The candid conversations about our experiences with books are just fun, and you can never quite tell where the conversation is going to go, which is even better. So these are just things that I really enjoy and I'd love to bring more of to the channel if I can. Now there is something that I wanted to discuss a little bit, and that is Patreon or Kofi. At this time, I just don't have the capacity to be able to bring those things to the channel. They are things I've seen other YouTubers do and I know of them. I just don't have the time to devote to them. And I don't really want to ask anything of all of you. I make these videos because I want to, and I want to share my reading experience and be able to hear all of your experiences as well with books. This isn't something that I really thought I'd be making money from, and the idea of that is a little bit weird to me, honestly. I will maybe one day get there, but for the time being, Patreon and Kofi are just things that I don't have the time to invest into and is just not where I'm at with the channel at the moment. And really, you being here, watching videos, liking, subscribing, these are all things that help support the channel and I truly appreciate. If you're feeling extra generous, you can support my reading problem by buying me a book off of my Amazon wishlist, which is absolutely not required and I feel weird about still. So just liking, watching, and subscribing are fantastic ways to support the channel. The next one is better videos. I did do a big upgrade in 2022 when I started the channel to the camera, the lighting, mic, all of it. Except I would like to get better at editing the video and the audio. I learned on the fly when I started the channel and I'm still learning. It's something that I will continue to learn at and get better at, but I do want to try and do my best to focus on that a bit more this year. Like I said, I'm still learning. This takes research, it takes practice, it takes time, and my spare time is quite limited as it is, but I would like to focus my time a little bit more in just learning to do better editing and bringing better quality videos to you as a result. Let's talk about some of my reading goals. So for some background, in 2022 when I started the channel, I got bottlenecked a little bit with my reading, in the sense of I've read more fantasy than I ever really read before. Prior to starting the channel, I used to read a bit more diversely with classics, historical fiction, sci-fi, you name it. If it got recommended to me, I read it despite the genre. Now, when I started the channel, it got a bit bottlenecked with fantasy, and that's not a bad thing. I've had a great reading year. I would just like to expand my genres again and get back into different books than just fantasy. I'd also like to balance my reading a bit more with indie and traditionally published books. I've been loving the experience with reading indie books. I'm going to continue to read them. There are just so many books on my list that I want to read that are traditionally published books. And the only way that I'm going to be able to read them is if I balance things a little bit better. So I'll still be reading lots of indie books. Those are all on my list and pretty well have a whole year's worth of indie reading planned, but I'm still going to be fitting in some traditionally published books here and there. This last reading goal is one that I've already talked about in a different video, so I'll keep it brief, but I'd like to finish some series that I've already started. So whether I'm one book in or I've only got one book left in the series, I'd just like to knock some series off my list this year and be able to go into new series without having them hanging over my shoulder. So that's another one. So those are my goals for the channel and my reading in 2023. There are more things that I would like to do with the channel. There are some projects I'd love to be a part of. If and when I'm able to do those, I'll make announcements at the time. At the moment, my time is just very limited. I maybe get 3, possibly 4 hours in a day where I can devote to reading, reviewing, recording, editing, all of this to make videos for all of you. So this is something that takes quite a bit of time. And if I'm able to add extra stuff or do more things, I certainly will, and I'll let you know as we go. But in the meantime, I hope you have been enjoying the channel. I hope you continue to enjoy the videos that come out. I'll still be putting out a video once a week on Tuesdays. If I'm able to put out extra videos, those will appear on Thursdays with shorts on Fridays. As always, thank you for watching, for supporting the channel, for your kindness, and just being the amazing self that you are. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves.